Hey guys, what's up? Gamemark here. Today we are going to make a text logo. You could put this on your YouTube channel or your YouTube logo, even on your Twitch overlays, and we'll definitely get to all that stuff later on. But today we're going to be focusing on this, and then we're just going to make a quick YouTube channel art logo, just something like this. And really nothing much to talk about. I'm definitely going to do a second episode on this because there's different types of logos out there which I really want to work on with you guys. But let's go ahead and get into this. So what you're going to want to do is File, New, and you want to do it 1000 by 1000. The resolution 72 RGB 8-bit, and make sure it is transparent just so we can move it around in later episodes, especially if we're doing a channel or a Twitch overlay, all of that. So name it whatever you want. You always can name it at the end when you save it. So I already have this out, and by the way, you don't have to have it 1000 by 1000. You could have it whatever size, but make sure it's big enough so you could enter the text and edit it all up. Now we're gonna click down here with your text tool and enter what word you're going to use. Today I'm going to use strike, and a lot of people have their text too close. So whether it's like, whether their text is like, I could show you, like really close like this, or even touching, you can move it to 200. All you have to do is click this A over here and this VA to edit the size, and if that doesn't work, you always could hold Alt and just move your text like that with your keys, or I don't know what they're called, but let's get into it. So first, let's move this a bit more center, and that looks good. So what you're going to do, first thing is you're going to want to rasterize this so we can move around each individual text and merge them together. So let's go ahead and take our Mark A tool by clicking M, or just clicking on it, and click V, or just click on the mouse tool, and you can move. Whoa, this is weird. I don't know what just happened. There we go. So I don't know what just happened, but make sure you're clicked on strike for this to work. I feel like something looks weird, but okay. So what we're going to do is, I really don't like the size of this S, so we're going to hold Control and T. We're going to enlarge this quite a bit. That's way too big for me. Whoa, wait a second. I think, yeah, I like that. Let's try and put it down a little and actually move it up. Let's get rid of that, move it up a little, and that looks good. Hit enter, and then, yeah, I thought I took part of that. Hit Control D. Now, if you can't do that, click select and deselect. So, see, I took part of that T, and that's why we have to make the text a bit separated so that doesn't happen. But what I'm just going to do is going to take my eraser and go ahead and erase that real quick. Okay, now that we got that, we're going to do the same thing for all these letters. And before you even start this, have an image in your mind of what you want to make it like. If you want to make it touching, if you want to make it a bit separated, which I'm going to try and do here like that. Have an image, and even if you want, just go ahead and draw it down or something like that, so you know what you're going to make before you start. Let's move this I over a bit. Control D again. I think that's a bit too high. I'm not sure. Well, yeah. So as soon as you click Control D, it moves all the text together, which is really good. Yeah, that is the size I want. Now all we have to do is move the K and E. So let's go ahead. Control D. That one looks a bit too high. Let's go ahead in the middle right here. V, and that looks good. Yeah, I think that's the height it's supposed to be. I always could fix that up. I'll fix that up at the end. Next, let's get our E out here and move this over. Whoa, that is way too high. And I can't redo that. So we're going to our history and go back one where we're moving it. Let's move it a bit lower. I think that might fit. Now it's too low, so what you always could do to get the lines perfectly, you always can move down the ruler, and if you don't have it, all you have to do is click Control R and you'll get it, and bring down this ruler and just put it right below before. So let's get rid of that. And now, like I said, I want to get rid of this K, this how high it is. So we're gonna right above all the text if it's too high. And since it's already rasterized, just click delete and got rid of it. Now it looks even. And now what I want to do, the reason why I made that S so big is I want to put a shape across it. So I'll have like this really long S. There are two ways you could do this. Now, you could use the shape tool to make that whole shape right there, or you could do the Mark A tool, which we've been working with, and just make it like that and just fill it in. There's so many ways you could do this step. I am using the Mark A tool. It really doesn't matter which way, like how you do it, as long as you're able to do it. And now let's get our paintbrush tool. I guess that works. Control D. And you notice how, let's get rid of this now. You notice how down up here it's a bit too low, and down here it's a bit too, and so all we have to do is just fix this up. Ooh, see that T right there? I'm gonna actually go ahead and fix 2 and 1. Well, let's try and fix this T. No, that's messing it all up. Now let's, God. So one might be easier than the other. This hopefully will work if I get it all the way down here. Fix this T up too, hit delete, Control D, and that looks a bit better. Also up here, let's go ahead and fix this too. No, that will not work. Let's do it from down here so we could adjust it over here. That should work. Let's go ahead and get our brush tool or bucket, whatever you prefer, and that looks good. So now we want to add in all these effects, and for this, the color I'm going to do purple. So I like purple, and I feel like Strike is more of a purple color. I don't know. It's your decision what you want to do. Let's make this a bit bigger. Enter. Boom. We got our text part. Now we're gonna add. What did I just do? Okay. Now we're gonna add all of our effects. I really don't like bevel and emboss, so we're gonna stay away from these three over here. In stroke, we already have a black, and when we have a stroke, it kind of ruins your text, just because, you know, you see how it pretty much ruins all that. But at the same time, it's actually pretty good to tell where you messed up. You could definitely see I messed up at the I, the K. That's why it was too high and all that. So first, let's do, I think I want to do a gradient overlay. So you see this? Well, we're going to change up the color. So like I said, purple. We're going to bring this purple over here. Whoa, I did that by accident. More of a darker purple. I'm going to actually copy that. Okay, and for the brighter part, just going to paste it and bring it up a lot. And that looks pretty good. I think I want a more of a darker purple like that. Maybe even this a bit darker than it already is. That looks pretty good. Next we want, if you want, you could have a pattern overlay. We're gonna put, I don't know, charcoal flex. There's so many you could do. You could see them like that if you get rid of that real quick. Black weave, that's interesting. So many you could do. Just keep that. And for pattern overlay, we're gonna actually do, let's see if we could do overlay. Well, we really can't since that's below gradient, so let's try overlay on this. And that looks like that, so I really don't like that. Let's try hard light. That still doesn't look too well. You could play around this. Try screen. That looks a bit better, and for the sake, I am not using a gradient. Pattern overlay. Stroke. If you want a stroke, you make sure it's pretty small so it doesn't get in the way. But at the same time, stroke will make it more obvious where your mistakes were, unless you had like a really nice text. It'll look like that. So now that we got that, drop shadow, you can do whatever you want. Distance, I prefer not too big of a drop shadow. And then Satan if you want. Really don't like that inner shadow. Whatever, you could mess around with this, play around, edit it how you want. And that is pretty much your logo. You definitely could do this lots of times with different ideas. I once spent an hour or two, I could say, making someone's logo, just trying to put out ideas, and then at the end fixing it all up. It's a lot of fun. So this part, you could go ahead and save it how you want, and we're gonna just make the YouTube channel art logo, just finish it off. This time we're just gonna do a white background and gradient. You could do it however you want. This is pretty much the end of the video, so let's go ahead and just do this gradient right here. Hold shift, by the way, to get that straight line. We're gonna move this here, and it looks really nice on there. So that drop shot, we always could fix that up if you want, just using the thing. But first, before you even try that, I would recommend taking off the effects, just so it doesn't mess it up. Enter, and there you got your logo. It actually looks pretty good with the gradient and tilted. It looks really nice like this. And in a later episode, when we're making Twitch overlays and all of that, I'll definitely make sure to show you guys how to transfer it over. So you could go ahead and save it how you want. And if you want, you guys could check out my other two channels, Gamemark and Gamemark Plays. And I'll see you guys another time. Bye.